I completely goofed. I absolutely goofed. I realized as I was watching the uploaded video from the last cut, and I noticed that I've cut this off at the wrong angle. Meaning, this is built in the bicycle like that. That's where the seat is. The extension goes towards the back, and my angle was wrong. Now, luckily, I saw that while I was watching my own video, and then I measured minimum insert, which on this particular stem was recommended by 55 millimeters. If I inserted by 55 millimeters from here, do I still have enough height on the seat post? And so I measured the bicycle that I ride every day, and it measures in at 67 centimeters from the center of the bottom bracket to the theoretical rail of the seat. So that's not taking into account seat height of the rail, but I'm using a slightly less padded, so let's say I need another centimeter, and I was good. I had about 70 centimeters left even after I cut off another little chunk. So I just went ahead and did that, and the good news is 22 grams we're getting. So that means for now I've taken off my seat post another 8 and another 22, which makes 34 grams and counting. I'm going to do now the rest of the drilling, and we put this out of the way. This, I think, is the shark nose of a certain Ferrari. And I will then continue to do some drilling and some filing. So the first thing that I'm filing is that one. Since it's in the vise like that, I will go for it. Let's look at the quality of my cut. Not so bad. The key when you do some filing like that, change direction. So you're not letting a mistake inhabit. Dexter. That is a good file, Dexter. I think that's from Halfords in Britain. I'm really worried once I get all my households out of storage, how many things I have. There have been so many locations that I lived in over the last 2 decades. There has been so many times when I was short of a tool and I just went and bought it, and then it eventually got stored somewhere before I moved on to the next location. And some of the stuff is just better than others. So there's basically like 3 shops that I absolutely like to recommend. One is Obi in Germany, all over Germany. You can get everything from Obi, and sometime you can even find a person that works there that can recommend you something. They're actually sometimes knowledgeable about the materials that they sell. So this is good on that file. So Dexter comes absolutely sorry, I'm digressing. So the first DIY store that I like to recommend is Obi in Germany. The best, hands down, not the cheapest for sure. Second is Halfords, B&Q in Britain, and then Daiso. I love Daiso. Daiso is basically something that embraces, well, it's Japanese, not necessarily made in Japan, but lots of it is. And because of the reflects the Japanese culture of how do you name that? You know, the Japanese, like no others, are perfecting to a level that is unseen to many other cultures. They just keep going at it. They just make it better and better, and they keep working on it. So I don't know what you want to call that. I'm pushing a piece of aluminium that gives me a scratching surface. Scratch surface. So what I have to do is wire brush that piece of aluminium that is in my file, pushing about. It's not, this file is not cooperating. Sometimes a file and the material do not work with each other. And that is the case now. Let's try this other file. Nicholson. Don't know where this came from. Probably Malaysia. Probably Mr. DIY, which is Chinese. What I like about Mr. DIY in Malaysia, it's absolutely amazingly cheap. What I don't like about it is the quality. It's just like Chinese stuff that is as cheap as it comes. So, that's the filing concluded on this end, minus, need to go to the inside. Lux. So this is Lux. This is again something that you would probably buy in Germany. So this is the El Cheapo Meg that gets sold in Obi in Germany. I do believe this is also mostly made in China. Lux. I'm not sure whether Lidl also sells this. Lidl, to you who do not have the experience, is basically a cheap food store like Aldi, but they also have started selling tools, and that is the cheapest tool you can buy in Europe. Happily to be found in Italy, all over. I especially like the machines. If you are a DIY, the quality of the electric machines definitely is most sufficient. So that's that for now. I'm just gonna do the rest of camera. I don't think you want to watch that. It's kind of boring.